Hello students, let's we continue with our next topic, balanced and unbalanced force. Before this, remaining our use your brain power, you have to make a list of some more example which can contact and non-contact forces are applied. Write the types of force. In your classwork notebook you have to write this one. Then this activity you have to do at home, how the like poles are repelled to each other and unlike poles how they are attracted to each other. So you have to observe this one. And here the non-contact force how occur in the this two magnets that you have to observe here. Then let's we see balanced and unbalanced force. Take a cardboard box, tie the thick string to its two sides and keep it on a smooth table as shown in figure. Take the string on both sides of the table. Tie weighing pans of equal masses to the two ends. Keep equal masses in both the pans. The box does not move on the table. If more mass is kept in one of the pans than in the other, the box starts moving in the direction of that pan. Equal gravitational force acts on both the pans when equal masses are kept in them. This means balanced forces acts on the box with the effective force equal to 0 as these are acting in opposite directions. Students, you can do this activity at home also. When you are taking two pans and tie that pans with one thread and keep equal mass in that two pans, and what is happen there you have to be observed. And when you are increasing mass in one pan, that time what is happen there, that also you have to be observed. When you are increasing the weight in one pan, that time it will be move, and lower mass having that pan, that is come up, and it will goes down, those having the higher mass or weight. This means balanced forces act on the box with effective force equal to 0 as they are acting in opposite direction. On the contrary, if more mass is kept in one pan than in the other, the box start moving in the direction of the pan with more mass. When unequal forces are balanced to the box on the two sides, an unbalanced force acts on the box, resulting is imparting motion to the box. I have already explained you here. Then when you are increasing the mass, that pan starting move, and when they have the equal masses in that both the pans, they remain stable, means there is an equal force acting on both the pans, that's why they are not moving, they will be stable there. And when you are increasing the mass in one pan, that will be move, because the unequal forces acting there. Another example we have given there, the children playing tug of war pull the rope in their respective direction. If pull the force is equal on the two sides, the rope does not move. If the force is more on one side, the rope moves in that direction. This means that initially the two forces are balanced. The rope moves in the direction of higher force when the force become unbalanced. Students, you playing this game, that is tug of war. When you are playing this game, that time when there is an equal force on both the sides, that time it remain at the place. Its center, if you have keeping here center, that will remain as this way at that place only, because of the equal forces acting from both the sides. And next they said, if the force is more on one side, the ropes moves in that direction. If you exert a force on one side, it means this rope will be move that side. So this side is, if I have acting more force, this side also move towards this another sides. Means one side they are acting the more force, and that moves in that direction where there is a more force. This means that initially the two forces are balanced, and afterwards, if the higher force is there, then the rope is moves towards that direction. Means in the direction of higher force when the forces become unbalanced. If any one side there is an higher force, then that forces are unbalanced. If you have pressing both the sides, it remains stable in your hand. But if you have giving more force on one side, see here, this pens move towards another sides. Means here occur unbalanced force, because by this side I am not giving more force is there, only this side is force is there. That's why this pen is moved towards downward side. So let us see one more example. When big grain storage container is required to slide on the ground, it becomes easier if two persons push it rather than one person. When the force is applied by both in the same direction, the movement is easy. You may have experienced this. What do we understand from this example? Students, they have given one more example, that is grain storage container. So that you have to be slide on the ground. So it become easier when two persons are pushing that one. If one person is pushing that cannot be moved from its place. But if two persons push that container, that can be moved. Means the higher force is there. When the force is applied by both in the same direction, and that is the higher force, because of that container move from that place. If several forces are applied on an object in the same direction, a force equal to their addition acts on that object. B. If two forces are applied on one object is in directions opposite to each other, a force equal to their difference acts on the object. And see, a force is expressed in magnitude and direction. That is why force is a vector quantity. There is two quantities are there, scalar and vector. The force is a vector quantity because it has the magnitude as well as direction. And when we say that is the scalar quantity, that has only magnitude and not the direction, means that is the scalar quantity. Here the force is a vector quantity because of magnitude and direction. When a force is applied on a stationary object, it moves its speed and direction change. Similarly, a force is required to stop an object in motion. An object can change its shape due to force while kneading a dough made from flour. The dough changes its shape when the force is applied. A potter applies a force on a specific direction while shaping the pot. A rubber band, when stretched, expand. There are many such examples. Students, they have given the examples here. When we applied the force on any object, how the change is occur related to the force in that object. That example they have given here. If the applied force on stationary object, suppose I have keep this pen here, so this is stationary because no external force is acting on this pen, and if I applied force on this pen, it started move. So force is responsible for its motion, and if any object is in motion, suppose this is in motion, and if I am till it, I am not applying any opposite force to it to stop it, it keep moving in his direction. So for if you want to stop any moving object, that time also we have to be use force there, then only that moving object will be stopped, like this. See, and when I applied force from opposite direction, it stopped. So like that example they have given here. When a force is applied on a stationary object, it moves, its speed and direction also changes. Similarly, force required to stop an object in motion. Then they have given the example related to the how to change the object its shape related to the force. Here they have given the example of dough and the potter. So if potter applies a force in a specific direction while shaping the pot. Another example related to the rubber band, when it stretch, it expand. So the next, that is the inertia related to force, that is inertia. We have seen that an object changes its state of motion due to force. In the absence of force, object exhibit a tendency to remain in existing state of motion.